Hi, this is Joseph. It's Thursday, August 8th, 2013, and what we're going to do is review three trades that were the same trading technique, the same strategy. It's called the continuation breakout trade. And on the continuation breakout trade, I use it on the 1 hour time frame, specifically the 1 hour time frame. And you're probably aware, if you watch some of the videos, that there are specific entry points and very specific type of candle patterns that need to develop. Now, what we're doing with the continuation breakout trade is looking for a range of consolidation and then trading a signal candle. And if you watched yesterday's video, which is available on our YouTube channel as well as on the web page, I mentioned and I showed you how I sold this pair with my students in the Alumni chat room. We sold this pair. This is the pound dollar, by the way. This is the 1 hour time frame. We sold this pair and earned 55 pips yesterday. That was on a continuation trade to the downside. And then afterwards, after we reached our target here, the 55 pip target, price reversed and went back up and closed above the resistance point of consolidation, and then printed another continuation signal candle here, this bullish continuation signal candle. So we traded this with an entry of approximately 1.5003, and we traded it all the way to 1.5560. which is here just a few hours ago. That was our final target. We earned, again, approximately another 55 pips. So we traded it yesterday to the downside for 55 pips, and we traded it up for 55 pips again today. Now, I wanted to show you what this was really all about as far as the direction. Now, if you're watching some of my weekly analysis videos, every Sunday I prepare a weekly analysis video where I'm sort of analyzing the larger time frames and trying to determine where the trend direction, where we're headed, where price is headed, if there's any significant support or resistance, whatever's relative at that moment when I'm making that analysis on Sunday. And sometimes I get a signal, sometimes I don't. It really depends on just how the market is moving at that time. And for the last 3 weeks, we have identified this potential signal here, this price point of 1.5550 on the pound dollar on the 4 hour chart. This is the 4 hour chart now that we're looking at. I switched to the 4 hour here. And I wanted to show you how and why I've been trading it to the upside. Again, we had this A low and this B high and this 382 retracement pullback. And based on the depth of this Fibonacci retracement, I had a projected first target of 1.5550. So I've been trading it in this direction for the last 3 weeks. However, last week we did sell the pound dollar on the 1 hour time frame with two different continuation signal candles to the downside, and both of them work. So we were actually trading against the trend at this point here last week, which is perfectly acceptable. There's nothing wrong with trading against the trend if you do it at the right location and the conditions are optimum for trading against the trend. There has to be a reason. So there was some significant economic data that was helping or more or less pushing the pound dollar to the downside, and we were able to trade off of that using the economic data or any information that's available as confirmation, as well as the technicals. So that was our trade last week, and then again this week we've traded it both down and up now as the trend resumes and reaches this final target. Now, what that means at this point, now that it's reached the 1.5550 target that I was looking for, it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop trading it in the direction, or that I don't expect that price is going to continue up any higher. It could potentially. You can see this this resistance point here back in June, this spike high, that could act as a possible resistance level for price to move eventually to. Again, keep in mind, this is a 4 hour chart, and it took approximately 3 weeks. I've been identifying and waiting for price to reach this 1.5550 level and trading it in that direction, always being aware of the possibility of price moving and continuing to this potential Fibonacci extension target. And so if it's going to continue and test that spike high, remember, it's going to take some time, and the amount of time that it takes is directly related to the activity in the marketplace. Economic news, anything that could have an impact on the dollar, anything that can have an impact on the UK economy, statements from the Bank of England, whatever the case is, that's what's going to have an economic impact on the valuation of this currency pair, the pound dollar. We have to be aware of that. So at this point, what I'm going to do is more or less think to myself, I could see the possibility of a pause here where price would spike high and then start to pull back. And you'll notice, now this is an advanced trading strategy, a particular trading strategy that I teach. It's a technique called the T2 pattern. And basically what I'm looking for is a price spike high and then a new price or relative spike high in price, but the CCI or the indicators are showing some divergence. That could potentially lead to a significant pullback. Now at this point I don't have that confirmed, the possibility of the T2 pattern developing and then price pulling back significantly to perhaps this resistance level, which could act as support or maybe even lower. I don't have that confirmed just yet, but it is a possibility and something that I'm going to be aware of, taking into consideration the fact that we as of today have seen price achieve that target, that first target that I was looking at, based on the depth of this retracement. So those are just a few things to keep in mind. But again, we're done. We've earned 55 pips on this trade to the upside, continuation trade on the pound dollar 1 hour time frame. I traded this with my students. I call these trades out live in the chat room with my students in the alumni chat room. I wanted to show you two more trades. The next one was on the euro dollar. And on the euro dollar, we earned 55 pips. And this was also a continuation trade. This was 55 pips straight up to the upside. And then the next trade that I want to show you was here on the dollar Canadian. Now on the dollar Canadian, we did the exact same trade, the continuation breakout trade, but we sold this pair. Again, I called this trade out live in the chat room along with the euro dollar and the pound dollar. And here was that continuation signal candle. Prior to that signal candle, I'll go ahead and move the candles right to that level. Here was my range of consolidation on the 1 hour time frame. Remember, I used this technique on the 1 hour time frame. It is one of the most consistent trading techniques and strategies that I use. It always, when I do it correctly, it always puts me in the path of the breakout and then in the path of that trending move. And I am able to participate in that trending move that continues or goes on for that day. These are day trading strategies. So in most cases, I'm getting in the trade and out of the trade in the same day and earning my profits within the same day. So what I do is I basically wait for a signal candle, the candle to close below support or above resistance. Now remember, I'm simplifying this. There are a few details that you need to be aware of, but on that signal candle, I had an entry of 1.0392. I call this trade out live in the chat room, and you'll notice how price pulls back up, but then continues on its way and reached its final target down here of 1.0335. So we earned approximately 165 pips between the three trades that I just showed you, which was the same strategy, the continuation breakout trade. And again, I call those trades out live in the chat room. I teach how to use these strategies in my 7-week one-on-one coaching class. The next coaching class starts August 20th. If you'd like to get some more information about that coaching class and you'd like to participate or just get some more information about it, send me an email at info@forextradingcoach.com and I'd be more than happy to fill you in on the details. And thanks for watching this video, and I look forward to trading with you one day.